Anyone who's played an RPG before knows that critical hits can be kind of a blessing and a curse. While it can be nice to get a critical and kill an enemy before expected, it kinda sucks when you're the one getting killed. I'm pretty sure we've all had this experience. However, in most games when a unit dies, it's no big deal. In Pokemon, you go to a Pokemon Center, use a revive, and bam, no problem. Unfortunately, this isn't the case in Fire Emblem. In Fire Emblem, unless you're playing one of the 3DS emblems on casual, when a unit dies, it dies for real. This time, when you get hit by that crit, there is no Pokemon Center. Your unit is gone unless you restart the chapter. Fire Emblem likes to boast itself of being a game about tactical strategy, and in most cases it definitely is. For example, if you leave a hero out in the open and a Pegasus Knight kills them, it's definitely your fault for not paying attention. At least 80% of the time when a unit dies, it's definitely your fault. But what about the other 20%? The other 20% comes from simply being unlucky, but this too can be worked around. All you really need to do is to make sure you're not making your unit dodge 6 attacks. A skilled player will figure out how to work around those 6 attacks and make it so that even if they do hit, the unit won't die anyway. But that's not where the 20% comes from. Most of the 20% comes from critical hits. In Fire Emblem, some weapons called killer weapons allow you to get a higher critical chance. Of course, you can always scout ahead for these weapons and deal with them at range, so that's not the part that's unfair. The thing with criticals that's not fair in Fire Emblem is what we like to call the 1% crit. The 1% crit is where a unit has 1% chance to crit, pulls it off, and your unit's now gone. This is a strange problem, because remember how I said Fire Emblem's a tactical strategy game? Yeah, no amount of strategy are going to save you from those shenanigans. And this is why I think crits really don't belong in Fire Emblem games. In all of the games besides the newer ones, you have to go with the permadeath mode. So in other words, when a critical hit kills your unit, they're either forever gone, or you have to restart the chapter, which can sometimes take an hour or more to complete. Fire Emblem says it's all about strategy, but how exactly is it strategy when my unit dies to a random critical hit? I mean, it's not exactly balanced. What is this, TF2? Okay, so crits can obviously be a little bit unfair, but how exactly do we go about fixing it? Well, the simple answer would just be to remove crits from enemy units entirely. But most people would say this would give the player an advantage over the AI. And to those people, I would say this. In most games, if not all games, the player already has a lot of advantages over the AI. In Mario, it's that you can get different power-ups to help you fly, shoot projectiles, take more hits, and the list goes on. In almost every game ever made, you almost always have an advantage over the AI. Not only that, but we have a brain. Hopefully, anyway. Fire Emblem is no different. We already have a ton of advantages over the AI. For example, being able to restart a chapter. Not only that, but one of our units is worth 5 enemy units, and maybe even more. We get legendary weapons the AI would never get, like the Faucian, Durandal, Mistletoe, Soulcatty, and many, many more. So, overall, the game already gives us tons of advantages. Even then, this is still evened out by the enemy team having almost triple the amount of units in most fights. To sum all of it up, giving the player an unfair advantage is pretty much an invalid point. So of course, the fix still lies in not allowing the enemy AI team to get critical hits on the player, but to allow the player to get critical hits on the enemy. To some, this wouldn't be a very good choice, as it would make the game less fun. But to those of us who are sane, it's not fun to lose a unit to a random crit. So really in the future, it might be nice if there was a way to turn off criticals for the enemy, and maybe yourself, entirely. I feel like this is one of those things along with permadeath that's really a personal preference, and I feel it'd be nice if there was a way to maybe separately turn it off from normal difficulties in Fire Emblem. Well, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I just decided to make a quick little video after not making videos for a pretty long time about critical hits. Recently I've been playing FE6, as you can see in the gameplay. We're playing FE6, to those of you who don't know. It's a fan-translated version. I guess I'll go ahead and put that in the description if I remember. But anyway, the crit chance in FE6 is a little bit weird, I believe, so you can get crit by lower percent chances to crit, which I've definitely been feeling that. I've gotten crit at least once or twice by, I think, a 1%, or something that was like maybe a 5. Anything that really just should not hit, you know, honestly, anything below a, like 30%, like 20% chance to crit is pretty low. I mean, 15% is pretty high, but 10% and below, I think those should just automatically not hit. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. I'd say this video still applies to other FE games, because other FE games still do have permadeath, and they still do have the random 1% chance to crit, which sometimes will end up in your nodes dying. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.